Sonic.
What is it?
Sonic.
Dude, I feel you. I'm like, I was like, I'm gonna eat so healthy right before the trip, and I'm like, in and out.
Yeah, like, just kidding. Well, I found out today that I got a job promotion. So I was like staying after talking to the workers about it that I just went and grabbed something before I came.
Awesome. What does it entail?
So I am now head care coordinator at my work. Which I'm excited because it's like full time. And hey, it's like a $5-6 pay raise.
Oh my gosh.
It is.
Okay. I definitely couldn't hear any of you guys.
I was literally like, Cindy, why are you mute?
I know, I was like, why is she so quiet?
Yeah, because I'm always talking in.
Jeimy, your dog looks like he read the book and he has some opinions.
Oh, he's
literally. I mean, he's like, let me tell y'all something. And go, chill out, dude, for real. I guess I should grab the book. It's that food. That's why he's looking at me like that.
Because wow.
Hello.
Ooh, if my eyes are red and puffy, it's just because I just finished.
Oh wow.
It's like that. Damn.
Y'all.
I said I wanted to savor the flavor, whatever that means. You know, I wanted to hold on to the story as long as possible. That's why it took me to
Yeah, a lot of salt because the tears running down. That was the flavor I was tasting.
Yeah, I like chugged a bunch of it until I had like 6 chapters left, like the day after our last meeting. And I was like, I want to save some of it for the end. And then I ended up finishing it until like last week. I was like, oh shit, let me finish it real quick.
Did you say chug a bunch of it? Like it chugged a bunch of chapters?
Yeah.
I love it.
Ew, don't roast me.
No, I love it.
I was like reading it, and then when I got to like the big part of like what happened, like when Evelyn like told Monique, I was like, oh my God. And I felt like I had to tell someone immediately. So I was like telling my husband. So I was like trying to tell him what had happened, like the whole book. And then he wanted to hear it. So I was like reading it out loud, but then I was sobbing. So I was like trying to read it to him because he wanted to know what happened, but then I was crying. It was just, it was a mess.
My God. I love that.
Funny. I felt that because let me tell you, so after the last meeting that we had, I was like, I feel like Charlie's gonna finish it before me, so I feel like I need to finish it because I want to talk to her about it and see how she feels. And that's why I text you like a week later and all that kind of stuff. But literally the next, like the day after we had the meeting, I read the entire thing at night, and I was like, it's like 3 a.m, and I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
I felt so alone. I was like, oh my God, no one knows how I feel right now. And I'm just so sad I did this.
I felt like Evelyn.
Honey, babes, trauma.
Wow.
Monique, trauma.
Oh my God.
I can't deal with this setup, bro.
No, I didn't know why she was it just me?
What about it the way that she did?
Yeah, like did anyone realize did y'all guys made the connection when she was like, so your dad's in the car?
We will. That's what we're gonna start talking about.
It's like
Excited.
We can't wait. We just can't wait.
I know. I'm like, well, where's Bella at? She's the one that like literally just texted.
Hey, Kimberly, where's Kimberly at? I'll text her.
Wow.
How's everyone's week so far?
Babes.
It's vacay week, baby.
And it just started. Yeah, sure.
Just finished my last test for the week. It feels like vacation mode now.
So, Jeremy told me, congrats, you passed. Good job.
Oh yeah, we're Gucci. I'm straight.
Leah, right?
Okay, did you guys read the questions in the back? Because these are the questions I'm going to be asking everyone.
Yeah, I didn't because I was like, I bet we're going to use them and I don't want to be spoiled. So
okay. Because I just wanted to tell the audience on YouTube, this is where I'm going based off of, and y'all guys should get in tune with it if you're making a book. Okay, period.
Bev's here.
Crazy.
It's also Meryl's birthday this week.
Pisces season. Woo,
Let's get it.
But yeah, no. I mean, the tension should not be on me. But thank you. If I don't get birthday text, I will be very disappointed.
You're so disgusting.
Oh wow.
No, I'm kidding. But yeah, 25, like quarter life crisis. I think I'm gonna cry the day before. So I'm like, okay, well, crisis averted.
There you go.
Okay.
That works.
I just find it so interesting when it comes to like reading books. Like some people just are so intricate with their words that they're able to make books like these. And I'm just like, wow. Because like I was pregnant for 9 months and I did this entire book, and I was like, what? I'm like,
She was pregnant? I didn't
Wait, the author was?
yeah, the author was pregnant. When I was reading the acknowledgments afterwards.
The
and she was just like,
acknowledgments.
yeah, and she was just like, I want to thank blah, 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 blah. She's like, I was pregnant with my daughter for like 9 months, and I did this whole book in 9 months. And I was
Oh
like,
my god.
geez, man. And like,
Can I
pregnancy
also
is not
just
easy.
say
Huh?
that is
That's
very
a pretty
true
fast time
because
frame.
I was gonna say, like, to think about this whole storyline, like you have an imagination of like a god. Like, wow.
Okay.
It's
No,
like
for real.
7 different affairs.
Oh, I was also gonna say, like, I miss you guys. I miss these little sessions.
Okay.
I did
like-
too.
Yeah. I miss the
Hey,
whole thing.
Hello.
It gives like, so every Tuesday I get like serotonin from everyone, because I'm always just like, because babes, and we're like, oh my god, I mean,
Hello.
oh my god, happy
Happy late birthday, queen.
yes.
Thanks, guys.
Yes, happy late birthday.
Thanks.
A lot of air signs in here. I love it. No.
Lots of ears.
She's barely an air sign.
He's up.
Why are you always so like that?
Oh wait, actually,
Yeah. I'm a cuss.
She is a
I'm
cuss.
both.
You do kind of relate more to Aquarius than you do Pisces. So
Yeah. I can never find anything that gives me a definite answer. It's just half the shit I read says I'm Aquarius, half the shit I read says I'm Pisces.
What's wrong?
that's how it goes.
Because of your chart, but I mean, I don't want to get into that because that's gonna.
I know. My chart has like half and half Pisces and Aquarius.
See,
I'm not just like a cuss. I'm like the actual day that it changes. So not just like not within a few days, like the day it changes is when I was born.
fusion.
I don't know. I'm not an expert.
Kim said she's having trouble getting in.
I did too, though.
Oh yeah.
It was saying like hostess to invite you to the meeting or something.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got that too, but I just thought that was because I joined early.
What's tea, Cindy? What's tea?
Bev, what are you eating?
A burrito.
From Chipotle.
It's National
No.
Margarita Day, y'all. I found that out way too late.
Wait,
Oh, yeah,
today?
it sure is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I just cannot put any emphasis on that because I already drink too many, like honestly.
Oh yeah, how
We're in
was
Texas.
Mardi Gras?
Fair enough.
Oh yeah,
It's fine.
I had like 20 margaritas this weekend.
Oh.
It was super
Fair enough.
fun.
Take another one.
It looked like a
It
great
looked
time.
really fun.
It was very fun.
I like Ross's boobies. That's a good
I
picture.
was trying to get him to show some tit to the
You're
floats,
dumb.
but he was not about it. He's kind of prude.
Right. What am I? Okay, Liam's having trouble getting on. Let me see if I can get. Is he in the waiting room? No, he's not. Invite.
So sorry, y'all. I honestly, truly started making my dinner at like 6 o'clock. And then I was listening to the audiobook at the same time. And then she just got to a part and I said, and I need to sit down and read.
How many of you guys have the audiobook?
It's actually on YouTube.
Is it?
Really?
For free?
Yeah.
Wow. There's Kimmy. I'm upset.
That's right. Listen to it.
Was it like ripped off or was it actually like
Hey,
You made it.
I did.
Ooh, those are nice lights. Where you at, girl?
I'm at Jake's house.
Jake from State Farm?
Yeah, honestly.
Can you get us good deals?
Yeah. He's actually wearing khakis today too.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh,
In character. So yeah, is that that's not Chipotle, right? That's from that place right next door. Where you're eating? Yeah.
It's Joe's Pizza, but I put chicken in it.
Just pizza. I thought it was that Mexican place right next door.
No.
The Tex-Mex?
Chewy's?
No, that place it's like
Los Mocajetes.
no.
Oh,
it's
Los Mocha. Oh,
right next
Costa
to
Vida?
Costa Vida, yeah.
Which is
Oh.
ass.
That is not next door to Chipotle.
No, I said I thought it was it's right. I was trying to say right next door to the frozen yogurt place.
I had Costa Vida once and they got big portions. It was like, I just got a burrito. I thought it was like the same as Chipotle, and it was like a whole fucking plate on like a bed of rice and beans, and like they covered it in queso. I was like, oh, I only finished like half of it.
Yeah, I was
bad,
gonna, like,
actually.
stop there.
Costa Vida.
I've never been.
Yeah, what are you eating? A
Sounds
burrito?
terrible.
Yep.
Yeah. My food is ready.
Saul, you can start. I'm just gonna try to get Liam in on the side.
Okay, bad. Ladies, gentlemen of the jury, y'all, how do we feel?
Espresso.
'Cause
Literally.
I want to have like, what are your thoughts on when you continue reading? Like, what were your thoughts throughout the entire time from chapter 38 to like the ending? Like, meaning.
I thought it was like this is way too long. I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna not ever get to the ending of this.
I loved it. I loved every single one of it. I say, ooh, Abby, your mic is off. I was about to ask.
I'm sorry, Ross was asking me something. You ought to hear me.
No, you're good. Actually, now that you're here, how did you feel about her? So we left off on chapter 38, if I'm correct?
36.
Got it.
Something like that.
So 36, and she was married to Harry. How did y'all guys feel about that?
Stan.
How did you feel
We
about
stand.
Oh yeah, I love that. Was my favorite husband.
I loved that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I know.
that? Mhm.
That was such a good
Harry
idea.
was, yeah.
Like, it was just so okay. Because can we talk about the way that she described their love? Because
I know.
that was
It was like best, like they were just like besties and stuff, and each other's confidant. And she knew that she didn't necessarily have to get anything out of him. Like he was generally there to be her friend, and like so on and so forth. So I'm like, damn.
the kind of like a platonic love that you have for a friend. Like I would say, Kimberly, I'll pick on you for a second. Do you think would you be able to be like do that with a best friend? You think like would you ever like do that, put yourself in everyone's shoes and marry your best friend?
It's kind of like that promise you make with your best friend, like, hey, if we're both single at this age and we both want kids.
Right.
Like I totally felt that. Like I felt that, if you have that love and that connection, like why not? So I understand.
Even the whole like I think what really got to me was when they had the kid, because it was just so Jeimy.
And her name is Connor. I love that.
I know, it was so cute.
I was like, nah.
Did they abbreviate it? Because I'm trying to figure out what they called like the abbreviate. Because
It was Connie.
Connie.
I said that
It was
cute.
Connie.
That was really cute. Like it's very like LA-esque in that time, which I loved a lot. Even speaking, going like forward with their whole like love triangle.
Y'all, what did y'all think
Love
about
Square, really more so.
Yeah.
the square, right?
Love
Like,
Square. I'm
what
really
did y'all
interested
think
about that.
Celia, did you guys kind of have a shift on like how you felt about Celia from like the very beginning to like while they were in it? Because I feel like she was a little bit more, for me it was
She
like
grew
she was
up.
kind of selfish.
I think
It was young.
I think if we start in order,
go.
we left
Yeah.
when Evelyn and Celia parted ways, right? That's when we left, right?
Called her.
So
a
then,
whore.
Wait,
right.
did we? I thought it was when she was about to marry Harry.
I remember.
Well, then she was married to Harry, but she and
Oh
Celia were
yeah,
on
and
the
then
outs.
they were on the
Yeah.
outs.
Because if we can go in order, because I really want to hear what you guys think from like when they started or when they left and then they got back again. Like, did we anticipate the foursome? Basically, is
Not at all.
No,
Oh
no,
my
yeah.
gosh, yes. Yes.
Bev,
Where did you come
divulge? Because like, what do you have to say?
Oh, okay. I definitely did not see that, but when they were like, because I wrote somewhere, I go, it was funny too, because I was cracking up because they were saying like, oh, Evelyn married Harry, Celia married who? What was his name?
John Braverman.
Yes, John. And then she was just like, it was just so perfect. And I was just like, foursome sex scene coming up? Question mark.
Yeah, I straight up thought that they were actually gonna have like a polyamorous relationship all
Right.
together, but they didn't go that far, obviously.
I know.
And I
Wouldn't
was
have been
here
But
for it.
Celia
I was
would never.
waiting.
I know.
You were ready for Sensei, Anre. I know.
Y'all,
You're so
I know y'all
right,
know
Carly.
those scenes in Sense8, and I was waiting to read it.
I love it. Yes, I definitely loved their little escapades. Their little like, I don't know. For me, I really thought that was like, wow, that's the perfect setup. Like, what could go wrong? And then I was like, oh, yeah, obviously there's more chapters. What could go wrong?
Made
And
me
what went
sad
wrong?
like later on when like Connor was getting older, you know, and like she saw Celia after like Celia and Evelyn had a falling out. She saw Celia on the TV and was like, she looks familiar or something.
Yes.
Like, oh, that's so sad. She doesn't even know that she helped raise her for like years.
I know.
Also, I have a question, and I know it's gonna be like a little dark, but did anyone have the feeling that like Connor would take her life? I don't know. I felt like when I was reading that chapter,
Evelyn.
when she was really depressed.
Right?
I was like, please, please don't like have her lose her daughter. Like that's the last thing that she needs. But and-
Well, I knew that she would die from breast cancer, so that's why I was like, she mentioned that earlier in the book, so that's why I was like, already like, no, it's coming.
Yeah.
When she said
Question.
that they were going to pack for Spain, or like she went into her room for Spain, I thought that she was gonna be like go into her room and she was gonna be gone.
Wait. We're missing like a husband in between. So let's go ahead and talk about Harry.
Ew, fucking Max.
Oh, oh,
You-
right. Disgusting.
I was literally walking Roxy and I saw the part where she's like, finally someone that loves me and I love them and all this other stuff. And the end of the chapter, next page it says disappointing Max. I was like,
I love it.
no.
Me too. I was like, oh, you're
Such
not.
a vapid
It
mad
really
the
husband.
whole
was though,
time.
like, yeah, he was sending those red flags the whole time. Though, like their entire friendship, I was like, how did she not see that? Like, I thought that was pretty obvious. Like, because it was like every
Yeah.
single time he was talking about his feelings for her, he was like saying it in a way that it was like the idea about her, like how he would say her
It was
first name
lust.
and last name, which is so cringy.
Yes.
And he was all about like, oh, everyone's staring at you. She's like, so fucking what? Like, it was just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah,
It was an
he was
infatuated
weird.
marriage
I
for
was
sure.
making that realization as well at the same time as she was after she had married. She was like, why doesn't you call me like, my name, my name isn't, you can call me Evelyn, etc. And then saying like, oh, well, I should be looking thinner, for for you. And she goes, it wasn't for me, it was for the people to see me around. And I was like, making that realization as she was talking, I was like, oh, she's completely right. And it just broke my heart. I was like, no, not another dud of a marriage.
It's
Yeah,
interesting because I think I was talking to Salia one day, and I think Cindy had mentioned on the like our podcast episode too. And Max reminded me of like just dating out of your race and that person kind of fetishizing you as opposed to loving you for you. And it reminded me of that because I'm like, that's what he's doing. He's fetishizing her.
In this case, she dated out of his league.
Oh, for sure.
So can we kind of
For
go
sure.
back a little bit more as well to talk about how like the final breakup with well, I guess like second to final breakup with Celia and Evelyn, and how she like went to her place.
Well,
and, like,
that's
begged her to
is that after or in between Max? Like, because there's kind of like
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out
remember,
if we can go in order.
she made the movie with Max, and then that's how
Mhm.
she got into it. So her and Celia were already
she's right.
broken by then.
Yeah,
Because
And then
she's a mess in the break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause isn't that when John died too?
Yes, because when
That
her and
was
Harry were
sad.
together, they went to that award,
Right.
and then that's when her and Celia reconnected, and then they decided to be a foursome.
Oh, the bathroom
together.
scene? That was kind
Girl,
of
the bathroom scene, I was like, ooh.
Wait, that just reminds me of the movie itself. What did y'all feel about? Because this is during the Max escapade. Whenever she's reconciles with Don,
I was gonna say we didn't talk about that either. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was like,
Some
hold on a
weird
minute,
shit.
wait.
yes. Because I was like, he's
So
gonna
cringy.
beat her ass again. I was fucking Don, but I guess he's better now or whatever. And like, do we like feel like he's had a character change? Because for me, I didn't give a like. I didn't care. I was like,
No,
you
he's
were
pathetic.
Still, yeah.
I mean,
I'm
and
with
she
you,
was like,
Charlie.
"I'm sorry,"
Charlie,
and
let's
she's
hear
like,
it.
"What does that do for me? Like,
Yeah.
why are you even?"
Yeah.
Because it's just
I don't
selfish.
like that. That was
Like digging
weird.
that up, saying like it's only for him, saying sorry, like
Yeah.
digging up all those wounds. Like, oh my god, I hate him. Okay,
I thought it was weird that she was down for it though, honestly. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was weird. But yeah, I mean,
Because
you
now
can
that
Is that
leads
what-
into-
apology accepted, but like access
Well,
denied.
You have to
type of
understand where she
energy.
was at that time. She had just had Connor, and she needed a role to like where it made her feel herself sex for him. And her filming a scene with her ex-husband would have people talking about the movie and like, you know, get traction. And so it made sense for her to do it. It wasn't to, you know, accept
Did we
the
talk
film.
about her and her decision last
Bless you.
episode or last Zoom
what I was
session?
about
Did
to
we
say.
talk about her and her decision as to why she decided to go through with the Dawn situation, which caused the second falling out?
Yeah. Because
Okay, because I want to
honestly,
get into that a little bit.
I want to get into it too. I'm glad you picked that up because honestly, like, don't get me wrong, I love Evelyn, but she kind of messy. Like, really, like you know you're just this man.
She did.
And she was honestly even teetering. I don't know if you call this cheating, but like she knew she was with Celia at the time. Granted, they weren't legally married, but at the same time, she was also thinking about, I'm not gonna lie to you, I did love this man, but I do need a movie. But at the same time, it doesn't have to be this movie. But at the same time, I have to do what I have to do, right? I just think that she could have really avoided it all if she
I think she
just
should have done
communicated.
it before she told Celia. In
That's
this
what-
case, I was like, Evelyn, you're an imbecile.
Yeah.
You should have told her before, and then maybe see if like, okay, well, you know, because like I feel like she just didn't give her a say. She's like, sorry, I kind of already did it. Basically,
That's where I don't feel bad because I'm just like, girl, you did this to yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
And then she went back and begged for it, and it's like that's
I
not
kind of was-
fair. You've done it a billion times. Like it's not fair for you to go
I
bawling your eyes
know.
out and apologizing. Like you're the stupid. I mean, Evelyn's a stupid bitch. Okay, you could have avoided literally all of this by dating someone for longer than a few weeks.
or just communicating. Just communicating. Like, hey, I have to see, and I want you to know this is gonna
Old
happen.
people shit.
And like it's and like she
Another side to this coin is that, yes, I agree, Abby, she's an imbecile for like literally going and begging when she could have avoided it. The other side of that coin is that, like, man, like, because I kind of like, I so identify with Evelyn that she's always so late to catch up to her emotions. So like, I did kind of was like really sad for her when she was begging, because you kind of saw her kind of shed that layer and like show a vulnerable side that I feel like she wouldn't have done in the first few chapters. I don't know. That was just like, I don't know. I kind of felt that for a little bit, because I was like, that's you being very vulnerable a little too late. And now the girl's like,
well, I mean, like playing devil's advocate in that situation
Abby,
as
you're
well. I'm muted.
Abby is.
Oh,
I was asking Ross to make me food.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying something.
I was gonna mention that, like, considering like asking Celia or like telling Celia prior to the whole movie scene about whether she should do it or not or whatever with Dawn, considering how Celia reacted with the last couple of times Evelyn's done something remotely like that, I'm not surprised she didn't ask her prior, because she would have been like, no, you know what I mean? Like, absolutely not. And she did it. So I was like, would I have done that? No. But also, am I surprised? No. Because she whole ass, what did she do the first time in the movie? She like, she kissed somebody or something. No, she had
sex with Rex or Mick or Mick.
Mick.
Oh,
Had sex with Mick, and she was like, what the fuck? Or no, but there's one about a movie too, right?
That was
Literally called
Her and Dawn.
Like,
I think it might have been her. No.
Wait, what?
There was like one prior in the book where she was like doing something for the movie. I think it was when she went topless or something. I might be wrong though.
No, they weren't together during that. Are you talking about when she had to do the abortion?
Yeah, that's when she got.
I guess that is what I'm thinking of. I was thinking
I thought
it was
with
something
Mick Jagger
related,
or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where she was like have to like Mick North. No, not Mick North. I'm tripping. Mick Reva.
Yeah.
I feel like there's like a disconnect, and I'm not defending Evelyn. This is just an observation. There's a disconnect between Celia and Evelyn and what they're like, how they view the world and their like goals in life. And like Celia kind of lives in this fairy tale world where like nothing but like her love for Evelyn matters. And so she can't comprehend why Evelyn would like take drastic measures to like protect her career and further her career, because in her mind it's like it's only about love. That's why I think that's partially why Celia can't imagine or like couldn't comprehend that like Evelyn's sexuality, because like to Celia it's like all about them and that's it. And like so like to even think that there could be something in the realm of possibility outside of Celia, like she cannot comprehend it. And so like I'm not defending Evelyn, but like yeah, like that's a good point that like Celia did act crazy when the whole thing, like she did the whole thing with Mick for Celia to protect both of their careers. Celia couldn't see that. And so like I think maybe like subconsciously like Evelyn maybe like knew that Celia wouldn't be able to see this was her chance to get an Oscar. This is her chance to finally like prove herself after like having a baby and like, you know.
You're talking about like her deciding to do the Dawn thing, like why she didn't disclose.
Right. Yeah.
I'm 100% defending Evelyn because I feel as though Cecilia, we'll use her full name. I think that, as you said, she looked at it from a very narrow standpoint. And I first off do not appreciate how every time that she got upset at Evelyn, she'd call her name. Like that's not, to me, she was probably the worst husband.
Oh. It's getting controversial now.
I mean, truth be told, like I understand that. And I think that's something that we don't realize is because we're looking at the love connection that they have, we're completely disembarking the fact that she was actually like, there was husbands that didn't call her names. Yeah, she was toxic. You know?
Yeah. Rex is probably, for me, the most copacetic one.
Harry. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
as far as like,
that was like, we're not gonna.
yeah,
They were all
Like,
there for
Rex-
shits and giggles.
No, but
Very-
Rex is like the only husband that she wasn't connected to that was actually genuinely on the same page as her, which I was thinking like if he didn't like mess with that other girl, I feel like they would have had like a
Well, what about Cecilia's brother?
well, I mean,
Well, we didn't really get much.
what's his
about
name,
him.
right?
Well,
Oh,
Robert.
wait
Is
a
that his
minute.
name? Yeah.
I know what you mean, Anre. I think it's the fact that like, and I don't know why, like, I know you're right, because if we really equalized everything, right, and put Celia, let's say she was just another husband, right?
Husband number
Would
8.
we have tolerated that? Or as much?
That's a
No.
good point.
Because she's a woman? Do we give her more grace that she calls her a whore and all this stuff and
Just
Okay,
a
my
nice
thing
misses her
pair of tits.
bisexuality? Yeah.
I feel like there's so much stress having to hide who you are and hide, like, especially if you're famous, and this is not an excuse, but like, especially like if you're famous like that, like she's having to hide like her love for Evelyn and like who she like is. I feel like there's some stress, maybe like, I'm not like making excuses, but like, I don't know, like I just,
No, I'd agree.
I know what you mean. There's an added layer of
completely
stress.
disagree.
So sometimes in those situations you can kind of get out of character. Maybe.
Well,
is what you're
because
saying?
Evelyn could have done the same thing though. That's what, like, that's the thing is Evelyn could have done
T.
the same thing, but instead she had to get pregnant. She had to marry another man. Evelyn literally had to do everything so
But
that
Evelyn
Cecilia,
did do
who
some
already
stuff.
had money.
But don't forget, she also said, like, Celia, she was saying, like, oh, at the end of the day, even though she did all these things, at the end of the day, it always gave me a sense of relief knowing that we weren't going to be outed or like that she was doing this for us. Like later
Eventually.
Yeah.
But I'm like, God damn, get to that part too.
In the moment, it wasn't fun for Evelyn.
Yeah. Like an abortion's not fun. And she just, I feel like she completely disregarded Evelyn's feelings and the things that she had to go through to say their love and then turn around and say, you don't love me. Like,
Which
if I
is
didn't love
why
you, I
I
was like, what?
I think which is why I kind of really felt bad, because reading that chapter, you know, being in kind of a similar situation too, and just being like, I get it. I was actually like, yeah, fuck Evelyn, but I was also like, damn, like he went through some shit. So for Celia to just be like stone cold, like a prissy missy, like, okay,
Yeah. Like, how dare you?
Right.
okay, but I don't know.
I think honestly I would agree at this point because like to be honest with you, Celia was kind of getting on my last nerve after the whole like literally the last before the last makeup or whatever when she was like she had that movie with Dawn, because I was just like, this is not fair for Celia to do, because it's like you luckily had to go through everything so smoothly, but Evelyn over
And
here,
she got her Oscar like that. It was just like boom, boom, boom. Like,
3 of them, and Evelyn fought for like at least 1, and I'm like, dude, like you can't compare.
It's like Evelyn felt like I felt like Evelyn was having to like catch up with like how successful Celia was getting on
because she
top
was
of
blackballed
making-
initially.
yeah, on top of making sure that their secret was safe so that Celia can continue to get these goddamn Oscars. Like,
Yeah.
like come on.
Yeah, because Celia never got outed or taken advantage of the way that Evelyn did, because it's not like Evelyn wasn't at the same level of talent that Celia is. Maybe like Celia did different types of pieces, but like Evelyn could have done the same thing that she did, but she immediately got by Dawn after their divorce. He said, boom, get off of that, you know what I mean, network. She had to go do a whole last scene with her tits out for her to even get back in the limelight. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, you have your girlfriend or your, you know, who ends up being your wife telling you that you're a slut for doing that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What she even said at the end of the book.
Huh?
Celia even said at the end of the book, like, well, I guess before she died, that Evelyn, she was scared of Evelyn because she was such a great actress.
Mm-hmm.
And that she would try to tear her down so that she didn't pick her career over her, which is shitty.
She was the worst of them
You're
all.
right.
TTT. So if we're going on the timeline, right? So Celia and Evelyn are donezo because she fucks with Dawn in the movie. So then after this, is there a husband after that? Like, is it?
No,
Yeah, it's
Max.
Max. His brother.
Max? Okay. Max. Okay.
honestly, the fact that she was even with him for that long, 7 years, and he tried outing her at the very end just because he saw some letters.
Were they together for 7 years?
I don't think
No, they weren't together for 7 years.
No,
That
she was with
Harry.
Harry for 7
Harry.
years.
No, she was with Harry for over 10 years.
I think
Like,
15.
Yeah.
Harry was long.
Oh, maybe it was.
They
I
were
think it was the
together-
last husband she was with for 7 years. I think
Yes.
Max they're only with together for like a few years.
I literally wrote down married to Harry for 7 years.
No, because I remember her
15.
saying, huh?
Because
Yeah, it says after 15 years of marriage, she and producer Harry are going their separate ways.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's 15.
But then with Max, I feel like it
but
was
Max was like 7 because she hadn't seen
Celia, and when they
What's
were
her-
right,
yeah.
she was almost a decade. It
Yeah.
took us almost a decade to get back together. Go, you guys, it's all up here.
Damn, you're better than me.
So what do we think of that, like that whole, getting back together with Celia? And then I think, isn't that when they do the whole, when do they do the John, Celia, Harry thing?
That was
during
was earlier.
during Harry's chapter.
before
Yeah.
Max.
Before Max. Okay, so
Because
this
that's
is-
also when she got pregnant.
Remember, they were at the picnic for Harry's birthday, and she goes, "That was the last time we were ever a family."
Mhm.
Not
Got it.
Celia
Yeah.
hurt me. I was like, no.
So sad. So sad. So sad.
What do we
But
think?
wait. Oh wait, no, this is during Max chapter. I was like, we're skipping the part where John passed away because I do want
Right.
to know everyone's reactions to that.
Bev, go Bev, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, what do we think about, you know how whenever Evelyn and Harry were just like acclimated into their daily routine with their daughter, and they were just like it was just natural. They were like, we're loving this. And then when Celia came back and she decided she was like trying to make the oatmeal and shit,
Okay.
like this bitch.
Right.
It was marking her territory.
Literally, I was like, okay. They were both just like, I got that feeling. I was like, I felt like I was in the room, kind of like, oh shit, girl.
Fly in the wall, like, ooh.
Right, like you're in the inn with Harry and Evelyn. Like
Yeah,
yeah.
it was funny.
It was a
But
good
what do we think about that? Do you guys think like it was good for her to do that, or do you feel like she should have been like, okay, what's y'all's routine as the parents? You know what I mean?
Well,
I think
Celia
it was
too
good because
young.
the parents like Harry doesn't necessarily need to make breakfast for Evelyn. Harry could make breakfast for his daughter, but I think that was like kind of important because I think what they were pointing out was like Evelyn and Celia had that routine before Harry.
Yes.
Mm.
And
Yes.
then Celia was gone. So she was being like, no, this is my boundary. You're a parent. You're not in a relationship with Evelyn.
Yeah.
You're a
She's like,
parent with
now
Evelyn.
I'm home. You're the
Yeah.
guest. Yes.
I think that was
I'm
smart. That was a good thing. Like she wasn't rude about it. She didn't have to sit down and have a big old conversation about it. She was just like, nope, I'm here now. It's back like
She
it was
should cook
before.
something for him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Didn't she? Didn't she make him oatmeal too?
It was just really bad.
He had stuff.
He was
They
like,
both looked at each other and said,
But guys, even before they even had the kids, like before they had Connor, I was like, when they were talking about like Evelyn being like, hey, Harry, do you know like what we have to do to actually have like a daughter? I
Oh
was just like,
yeah.
that was so awkward. I was like, yeah, do you guys know you guys have to have sex? Like,
So did they have sex or what? Did they actually have sex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
Like,
because he said that he
wow.
was attracted to her, which I thought that was really cute.
Does
Because he
that
was
make
like,
her
I,
bisexual?
literally.
I don't think
No.
so. Well, because he said I've always had a
Scientifically,
little...
everybody is attracted.
Say that
Like
again.
scientifically, there's something in our brains, like biologically, everybody, no matter how you identify or what you were born as, like no matter what, biologically, you're going to be kind of attracted to women because the female body is where you came from. So there's like something in the brain, the way you're wired, that you're just like, so you can be attracted, but not want it. You know, you
Okay.
can always admire someone's beauty, but not like,
She wasn't
you know.
ugly. Obviously, it was Evelyn. So
Yeah.
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 But that was like really cute though. Like the dynamic. I was just like, I was reading this and it really made me feel like very warm, to be honest. Cause I was just like, wow, this is the
Yeah.
first time she's ever actually felt like
A
I don't
safe
know, like, there's a
environment.
word- yeah, safe. And like, she really deserves it. I'm not gonna lie, even though what she did in the end, she did what she did. I just think like it was a good chapter for her because she got to understand what it really meant to be in a family.
Love.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say something. I don't even know why I didn't think about this movie, but you guys seen Professor Martin and the Wonder Woman?
Oh yes.
That's what it reminds you of, doesn't it? If you think about their dynamic and
But they were
little-
3 and there wasn't 4.
I mean, it's similar. There's like a young girl, an older woman who's more of like Evelyn vibes, realist. Then you have the hairy, kind, hot man. I don't know. Like that's a good movie to like. If you ever, that's a good movie that looks
Actually,
like this.
if we're getting like a little bit like, you know, movie-esque, me and Cindy were watching what was it? Are You the One? But it was the last one, and it had all the like, you know, if you guys haven't seen Are You the One, it's like that dating show where it's like you get 10 matches, 10 tries to get 10 matches, or you don't win $1 million. Like each person gets like
Are You the One Julia was on?
Yes. And so basically like me and Cindy were watching one of the episodes the other day, and it was the season where it had all like the bisexuals, the heteros, the transgender, the, you know, the whole LGBTQ cast basically. And let me just tell you, an eye-opening, because instead of like all the other seasons, they're all just like, oh, she's cute, I'm gonna go like try to hit her up. But this season, they really talked about like, you know, personality, like how do you describe this? Like, how would you describe yourself, and using the correct grammar and all that kind of stuff. And I was just like, wow, I really am not in tune with this. And then on top of that, I read like this, like I finished the book and I was just like reading and I was like, wow, like bisexuality is such like a spectrum. And I was so fascinated about it. I was like, oh my God, like there's just so much to even
like how
describe.
Celia can't believe Evelyn's bisexuality, but Evelyn's like, no, this is truly me. Like this is me.
Mhm.
It's a thing to like both sexes, and there's so much fluidity in that. And I think also how Evelyn and Harry have this platonic, you know, like they're like souls, like that found each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I think Celia was very binary in her thought process, which I feel like Evelyn was a lot more fluid, and it's something to learn. Like back in the day, like for her to be that woke, or not woke, but like I don't know, to understand that she can like too fluid. Yeah,
take
fluid.
a chance to
I
like,
mean, low key, it's still like that.
Yeah.
true.
I don't know. My personal experience is like not gay enough and not straight enough. Like I feel like
Yeah.
I'm still having that conversation actually like pretty often.
The way I
There's
literally
that
had this
many
conversation
people.
the other day.
Yeah. I don't really think
no.
But so I guess to circle back on the book, so like okay, so the 4 got together, and then all of a sudden impending doom.
Yeah.
Now who dies or something? You think John?
John dies.
John,
sad.
that was
So
really hard for
sad.
Jeimy. Yeah, I was very distraught. And then, ew, top it off, Celia's gonna the divorce papers. Was that before? or
Yeah.
after?
That was before.
Oh, that
he
was
died.
before. Okay, we got.
How did he
still.
die? I can't remember.
Uh-huh.
Get a heart
Heart
attack.
attack.
Oh, that's
He's
so
a football
sad.
player.
That's so
it was like-
sad.
And he
Yeah.
was like the healthiest of all of them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I really wanted to know more about their little relationship with Harry and John. Like I wanted to see some
Yeah.
dynamic, like
Yeah.
dialogue, but I don't know.
Guys, we never talked about how the movie that Evelyn did with Don, how she literally had sex with him, and then that bitch wasn't even like nominated for an Oscars.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But he was.
He's pretty
He's like
close.
the elf for
to me, but
nothing.
he didn't have sex.
I'm like, that's just so. And then like she had the audacity to be like, I'm leaving you. And I'm like, bitch, okay.
I did that for nothing.
For nothing.
Once again.
True.
All right, another one bites the
Nothing.
dust.
I
That's
thought
like
she
double
explained
homicide.
it well.
Ooh, double homicide.
Oh, I
like,
think she
John's-
explained it well
John-
when Evelyn was telling Monique that. She's like, well,
Yeah.
no, because this. That's why I didn't get an Oscar, because this
Mm.
is how they look at women. This is how they look at men. And of course, I didn't get an Oscar,
Yeah.
and he did for doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, literally.
I hate Don so much.
Shut her up real quick.
If I see him in person,
Literally.
it's on
Why
site.
I
It's on site, I
Yes.
swear. Whoever places him as an actor, good luck, Charlie, because I'm gonna
Literally.
You're stupid.
You're about to be the next Joffrey from Game of Thrones. Oh my gosh. So like, yes, let's talk about, okay, so now we talked about the happy. Let's get into the depressed. So John dies, and then after that we get into
Harry going like on a spiral, a bender.
yes.
Oh, that was so sad to see him do that, because all throughout, he was like the anchor, the foundation of for me, the book, because he was always the constant.
Yeah.
I know.
And if you think about this as well, like he was with, like they were together for over a decade, you know, with him and John, like because he was with Evelyn for over a decade. And so just imagine like having someone and you know, just losing them so soon like that. And they were supposed to be like your constant, like that's just heartbreaking.
And unexpected too.
Exactly.
Wait, they knew each other longer than a decade. Because like she got into the business and she was 20, but like they were still together.
No, I'm talking about,
She's talking about him and John.
Harry and John.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Because honestly, yeah, like that bender really did hurt me because like what y'all guys were saying and all that kind of stuff. And then on top of that, like Connor was kind of growing up knowing that was really the part that hurt me. It was just like Connor growing up knowing like he's trying his best, but he's just not, he's not there.
He wasn't really there much.
Yeah. And I'm like, damn, bro.
That was tough. And because like during that time, was she married to him or was she with someone else? Like, okay, so she was married to, it was her, I guess, her, Harry, and Celia. Is it just them three? When John
During
died?
the bender, it was just her and Harry.
Yeah.
Celia had left. Okay.
She divorced him.
Because this is still during the this is actually still during Carrie's chapter.
That is true.
During the bender, after the bender, and that's kind of when Evelyn gave him some space, and that's how her and Max ended up getting together.
Yeah.
And he said you deserve to be happy and to like be loved and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is so ironic because I feel like he is the true pure love. Yeah,
Right.
like in all of this. Like she already had it.
That's crazy. And it's like, do you like, would you blame Evelyn for not like seeing that until like...
I think she saw it. I just think it like it had to be a little bit more than just that. Like I think she wanted that physical love as well as like the emotional love. She got that emotional love from Harry, and that's why it worked out, especially at the very beginning before she even got back with Celia. But it was that physical love that she also yearned for.
Which is why her and Max lasted so long. And
wait, were her and Max shaking cheeks?
Had the physical love.
Oh, they really did?
Yeah, at the beginning, she was like, even when she kissed him, she was like, I kissed him and I moaned. And like,
no, not Mac. I'm thinking about Celia's brother. Sorry. Never mind. Yeah, okay, cool. I was like, wait. Never mind. Okay. Damn.
So then we go into what's after that. What happened?
Robert. So after Max is Robert.
Yes.
But in between there.
Wait, in between, really?
Yeah, in between her and Celia get back together, and that's when we find out Celia's dying.
Oh, yeah.
The letters.
And Celia wanted to like move to Spain because it's like a big part. Wanted to move to Spain and like they could like live there, and then Harry could go too. But then Harry was like, "No, I'm in love with someone. I don't know if he'll want to go."
Yeah.
And then that kind of like
I
couldn't. That was so shocking.
Yeah, babes.
Oh my god.
Are y'all mad that you didn't put the 2 and 2 together?
I honestly
sooner?
I was like, is that the same time period?
No, I don't think we could have unless they really told us what his ethnicity was. It's like his ethnicity.
Yeah.
See, my thing was that like, and I mentioned this to some of y'all, like, I don't know if I mentioned it in a meeting, I might have, but I was like, okay, so obviously we know that Monique and her, Evelyn are somewhat tied by the end of the story. And I was just remember being like, I'm gonna be so mad if it's just like, I'm your auntie or some shit, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm your grandma, or you know,
which is
like,
pretty much
boring. Yeah, like I was like, okay,
I mean, I don't know about that.
But
I don't think she's your grandma.
No, but you know what I mean? Like I'm saying, like if it was something like their family, that's lame. I wanted to see them like be related to each other in a different type of way. So then I was like really trying to think about it. And I was like, just read through that, like didn't even think.
Because Evelyn was making it sound so bad, like you're gonna hate me so much, and I was like, what the fuck did she do that Monique is gonna hate her so bad? Like I did not put it together. I did not. That was a shock to me.
Monique and David. Let's get into
A
it.
good girl.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny? It kind of gave me closure for all my other relationships in the past. When I was reading that, I was just kind of like,
Interesting.
I know. I was just kind of like, we never, just because it's comfortable doesn't mean like we should continue. Like, you're not for me, I'm not for you, and we both know that. So let's like relax. And for me, that just kind of was like, wow, okay.
I love when she said, we didn't fail marriage, we just failed like this, or the way she worded what failure really was. I like that. I forgot the words, but it was something really like deep and
like the divorce
profound.
isn't failure, it's the falling out of love that's a failure or something.
Yeah, something
like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, the divorce is just a piece of paper. Let me see.
Yeah.
I think I have it marked somewhere. Let's see where
He was kind of like, ugh. I was like, ew, get away.
But he did give her back her coffee table, which is really nice. I was like, as you should, fictional character.
Oh, well. I thought
But
that
like,
was going to be a lot more than that, though. Like,
okay.
I
I have a question. The mom, does she know about that scandal or?
No.
Because
Too
No,
naive.
she just thinks that he got in a car wreck and died.
Like he was drunk. He was the drunk driver by
That's
himself.
what they said.
Yeah.
And he
Because
doesn't
Evelyn
let
moved
it
him
stay either.
into the.
I'm like,
got
were there
rid
no
of-
detectives back in the day?
They were like,
Doing the math here?
Well, I wonder if it was
It's
his
not his
car.
too.
I mean, let's be real though. Like
was.
the time period, she switched his spot. So they walked up to a black man behind the wheel of a crash car and just
Kind
assumed.
of took the word of, yeah.
Mhm.
They did
My
not
thing is
transfer
that-
this into it.
Were you referring to, did she know if he was gay?
Yes.
Because I figured
I
if
didn't
that's what
know
you're
either.
referring to, that's what's up for debate, right? Because he wrote the letter and he explained the type of love that he had with her mom. And her mom always kept him kind of secretive because he died when she was 7, I think is what, if I'm remembering correctly.
Mm-hmm.
That her finding out that her dad was gay was kind of like the or bi, what I don't know what he would identify as, but
I think
that was the
I'm gonna
shocker.
piggyback.
That I don't know. I'm asking if like that's what you're referring to when it came to like, did she know?
I don't know. What, Beth?
I think mom knows because at the end of chapter when she was like, "Hey mom, so how's the relationship with you and dad?" And like she was just like, "Oh, so it was very passionate." She's like, "No, you know what? It was never about like sex. We just knew we cared about each other. We would be great parents. We'd just be great partners." So I'm like, if there was a part 2, mom has had to have an inkling that there was something going on because like there's no way. Because she was just like, no, we loved each other and I would love to have like a couple days with them, but she never was like, oh yeah, we were passionate and lovers. She just said like almost exactly the relationship Evelyn had with
Harry. Yeah.
So how would she not have an inkling? You know?
True.
Yeah.
Because I think there are a lot of marriages like that though.
Yeah. I think this book, a part of it is showing, like at least at the end, like the different types of love. Like not all love is the same.
Yeah,
But it can
it opened up my
manifest
mind so
ways.
much.
Yeah. Like how far platonic love can go, how far familiar love can go, how far relationship love, you know, like all that kind of stuff. And I was just like, wow, like that, I like that because all you see on TV is just like the regular, like, oh, let's have sex, we're in love. And I'm like, no, like it's more
And
than
did y'all ever learn about the triangle? Like the love diagram where it's like
Agape love,
that there's like,
the 5 love things.
no.
Are you talking about the mother and
oh
the
my
daughter
gosh.
or the son? No, never mind.
I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna put it in the background. Hold on.
There's like English doesn't do a good job of it. Like I saw something that had like in Greek, they have like 7 different words that mean love. And
Yeah.
there's like a familial love, sexual love, friend, like a long lasting love, like unconditional love. Like they have like they have a word for like every different type of one, whereas we just have love.
I was like one.
And it's like so bland, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so bland.
America
and,
is a
like,
very
they-
dead language.
I mean, or we're not going to skip past
English
the fact that you know
from
Connor passed
England.
away as well. That was
Yeah.
heartbreaking. I feel like that's the only thing I've been saying.
Well, wait, because we're still on Harry. Because Harry passed away before her daughter, and I think there's so much to actually unpack about that.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
sad.
Because, well, one, 'cause we're kind of talking about how he was in love with the black man, but we didn't talk about the fact that Evelyn wiped away any evidence of him being a black
Mhm.
man.
Oh.
I think I got it. Okay, look. So, in case y'all learned about this little mini lesson, there's a triangle, right? At the
Right.
bottom, there's passionate love. There's commitment, and then at the top, you can't see it, but it's intimacy. And they talk about, okay, if you're the type of love that you have, if you only have intimacy and commitment, then you have compassionate love. If it's just intimacy and passion, then it's like a romantic love. And then if you just have passion and commitment, it's a different type. And then you go for what you want is like all three. But I felt like all I thought about the whole book was like, oh, with Harry, she had commitment, but like Max Gerard for like 20 minutes was the intimacy. And then like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do y'all know what I'm talking? Have you seen?
Yeah.
before?
No, this I've
Okay.
never, but that's really intriguing. Send
I
that
haven't,
to
but
me,
that's
'cause-
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm like, we
Mhm.
could
Cool
have
way
used
to,
that
like, divide it.
for each husband and been like,
Yeah,
okay,
we
where
should
did
have.
each husband
Literally.
Can we talk about how Connor kept glowing up? I was like, when I was like, oh, she's working for Merrill Lynch now. I was like, this girl just is
Period.
getting better and better.
And then she was
did.
like, I hate it.
I know.
I just thought it was really sweet that Celia's brother played like another father figure to her around that time and like really shaped her to kind of be who she was growing up. And even though like it wasn't, I mean, it was his version of having his own family because he wasn't going to settle down. It was like everything that she needed at the time.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think? Would you be like, your brother is married to the love of your life? Very ancestral, if you ask me. I don't know. I was just like, interesting. So was Evelyn, was the guy like just not doing anything? And her and Celia were fucking? Like, what's the situation?
Basically.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, because he was saying he was like a playboy, and he was.
Oh, he was
Yeah.
a player. Okay,
He was
getting his.
but all over Spain.
real quick.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was like,
But I
hey,
thought it was
you
so
bang.
sweet how much he loved Connor because there was like even a point where like when she did get the job, like he had made a call,
Yeah.
but like didn't tell her because he would never want her to know. And I was like, oh my God, like
He
I
taught
just
her-
felt,
Yeah.
yeah.
He was basically an uncle. The vibe
He was
an
that I
uncle.
got.
Yeah.
He was
Well,
her
technically
uncle.
was. by
Yeah,
soul.
he was a stepdad / uncle.
Crazy.
And
How do
so
you
then how
explain
did
that?
it go?
Some Game of Thrones
Connor
shit.
died.
I thought that was really sweet as well when she finally put on her like mom jeans and she was like, I'm letting you have all the freedom that you want, but you're going to therapy. And I think that's what she needed, is that sense of structure, because she was so lenient at first because she just didn't know how to go about it. She didn't want to push her too far, but that was
Yeah.
exactly what she needed, like that, like a sense of, like guider, kind of point her in a certain direction.
Connor getting caught with a threesome, I'm dead. I'm
I-
like, wow. I mean,
Yeah, I was like,
you're right.
14.
I was like, huh?
at 14, like, what
Yeah,
do you know?
But I mean, her mom was
He's
scandalous.
just watching her mom's movies.
Yep.
They're like, you
And
know what
so-
you want to do? Why don't we go recreate it in the
Oh,
Oh my
No.
And so, like, do y'all relate to, I guess, how she was? Obviously, not having a threesome with someone, but like in the way that she, I
Rebelled.
guess, acted out due to like Harry passing away. Like, have y'all ever related to that?
Oh my God, Jeimy, that picture. Sorry. It's
Yes.
That's the
something.
one.
Yes,
This is the
honey.
picture. I'm like, that's them.
Honestly, to be no.
There's
I mean,
no-
like, it makes sense why she acted out though, because it's just like, imagine like your favorite parent just passing away.
Favorite?
I acted out for much less in my teenage
You don't
years,
want
so
to
I
imagine
can
that. That's the
imagine.
thing. So it's just like, and reading that just, it made me sad because I felt bad for her. I was like, yeah, dude, like, it's a different kind of sorrow that I can't comprehend because I've never been in that scenario. But like, I mean, it makes sense why she acted out, and the like surprisingly how she knew about like
I think she
sex.
acted out appropriately for her age. She's 14,
Yeah.
she's in the limelight.
Yeah.
Her mom is, with whoever.
Mhm.
And, there was just a little bit of structure, but there really wasn't structure. So
Yeah.
I felt like it was definitely warranted that she was going to do that.
I got like Drew Barrymore vibes. Like when Drew Barrymore was a teenager, she was basically like that because her mom
I was
was
thinking that
uber famous. Her mom was like uber famous and never around, and Drew Barrymore was like wild and out. Like she was like 13 years old in nightclubs and shit.
Doing like
Who's her mom
fucking
again?
cocaine and shit, like crazy stuff.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like so I was like, I thought of that. I was like, she was
Yeah.
like Drew Barrymore.
I
I
remember,
can't remember.
yeah.
Who's her mom again? Who's Drew Barrymore's mom?
I mean, not even mom, but her whole like lineage goes back.
Yeah.
Nepotism? Nepo
Ne-
baby.
I don't know about nepotism.
All
but
of
just, like,
pretty
they
much
have,
all of
like,
Hollywood is nepotism.
Yeah. I keep wanting to say Goldie Hawn, but that's Kate Hudson's mom.
That's Kate Hudson. I love that.
Oh my God,
Love the whole
what?
Family.
Yeah.
Well, and Kurt Russell, that's her dad.
Their stepdaddy.
No, that's her dad.
No, it's her stepdaddy. It's just that he was like, they've been married since she was like a baby though. So he's like her real dad because her real dad was never around, but yeah.
Interesting.
Practically
I
her
always thought
dad.
that there was her parents. Okay.
And is it Haley? Like Haley Bieber's dad is fucking Alex.
Steven
That's a
Baldwin, I
brother.
think.
He's the brother, not the
Yeah.
actual Baldwin that you see all the time.
I was wondering. Okay.
He's the least relevant one.
He's got like, yeah, he's interesting looking.
Okay, I'm putting the pieces together. That makes sense.
So, Connor gets older, right?
Yeah.
She learns finance. She's in corporate America, but she hates it. And then we learn. Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun.
How did y'all feel about that when she like when Evelyn was talking about holding her while she was
Oh,
post
Waterworks.
Breaking.
John dying or Robert dying.
It's one of those things where in my profession right now, I deal with sometimes where it's like parents are calling in regarding their kids passing. And I always say like, you should never have to bury your child in that situation. And like a parent should never have to outlive their children is what it is. So that
I don't think I can think of anything worse, honestly. That's so sad.
that's like a personal.
That's so
hell.
sad. Yeah, that's like
But
yeah,
it
that's
just
literal
makes me
hell
think
on
that
earth.
she was given everything and then taken everything away, just like in an instant. It's just the craziest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like months to live when they found out.
Yeah, because it's just literally Celia passed away and then
I feel like that was like the whole last.
Yeah,
Yes, the whole like
The whole
last
chapter
part
was
of the
like,
book
let's just kill off
death.
everyone.
right.
Yeah.
But I mean,
She outlived everyone.
to us, it seems like it was like boom, 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 boom. But there were years that kind of passed by.
Yeah.
But it still was like, damn.
Yeah.
How do we feel about the scene where before Celia passed away, they got married in bed?
That
I
was cute.
was
Oh, that was cute.
bawling.
I thought that
It
was
made me think
cute,
of
yeah.
Grey's Anatomy.
Oh my God,
Remember
the
when
note.
Meredith
No.
and McDreamy got the sticky note on the bed?
It hit me deep. I don't know where, because it did make me feel like I was watching Grey's Anatomy or something, but
It was
I
sad.
cried.
I can
Like,
picture it perfectly. I was like the window, like back a little bit of like a breeze coming in. They're in like they're just t-shirts and they're just talking and like the like the headbands for the rings. I pictured it like every little scene, and it made me happy knowing that they were able to have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wrote that intimacy scene very well. Very well.
very much so. Captured the emotion for sure.
And I feel like Celia got better once she found out she was dying. Like she like kind of let go of like finally like the immaturity, and like she even said she could see so much from Evelyn's perspective. And like when she was able to do that, I feel like they were really able to have
Together.
like
Be
a
on the same
genuine
page.
Because
Yeah.
we like, really skipped over that because we forget that she came up with the plan of Evelyn to marry her brother.
Right.
I feel like that was the first time
Yeah,
that
she'd been thinking on that for a while.
Yeah, that was the first time that she ever was like, okay, I'm putting the plan in motion and this is what you're going to do. And that was kind of the first time that she, I guess, sacrificed.
Yeah, and Evelyn was like, I'm about to tell everyone that I love you. What are you talking about?
It's like, I'm right.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm ready.
I'm gonna sing like a canary.
Yeah.
Literally.
And we didn't even talk about Harry's, like we raised over Harry's death, but y'all, when she got in bed with him and was like, if you're ready to go, if it hurts too much,
Yeah.
then go.
Anre, I think we were
I
all
was like-
heartbroken. We can't muster. up
We're
the words.
avoiding it. We
Yeah, I
can't.
think we're all
Okay.
I mean, like,
No!
I have a point for that.
No, I'm alright.
What about homeboy that helped her and whole ass became a movie star because of it?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Opportunity.
was like,
Nick?
hold on.
Fake. Didn't like
Wait a
him.
minute.
It's
Snake.
about love.
Didn't like
A
him.
whole snake.
Irrelevant.
But she said that even without him doing that,
A whole snake.
well, even
No,
she
for
said even
real.
without him doing that, she said that he would have been something. Because
I
of
don't even know
how-
why she had words for him. Talk more about Harry. Like there was no need to talk about that snake.
Harry,
Too many
that was
words
the
for
one
him.
part of the book that's the part that got me. I was reading it on the airplane this weekend, and like that's the only part. Like I cried. It
Did
made
the
me
person
cry.
next to you go,
She was just like,
Girl, you good.
it was like was subtle.
Yeah. I think that part was kind of necessary to show like her power, her emphasis, and her like, you know, her ability
Resilience.
to like, you know what I mean? Like,
Not her
like
resilience.
from us, we're probably like, why would she need to move Harry over to the passenger seat? Like, what, you know what I mean? Like, maybe we'd be like, I
Yeah.
don't understand, like that's fucked up. But it's like, if she's like, no, watch this, I'm gonna have this one guy help us, and watch, he just became the new movie star that y'all are seeing on the screens. That's
Right.
the power I have
Of Evelyn
just my
Hugo.
influence.
Yeah.
I feel like
This
I feel
can't
like that's
happen
we
the way y'all
didn't.
think it can.
We said like weeks ago. Remember, we were like Evelyn. We're like everyone else is playing checkers and Evelyn's playing chess, like at all times. At all
Yes.
times, she's like playing the long game, and she can
Yep.
always like see way ahead of everybody else.
That was
Yeah.
sick. That's dope.
I do feel like it was kind of out of love though for Harry. Like
Oh,
even though
yeah.
it was wrong, like in her mind it was like I can't let like
His legacy
him-
go
his
down
image
like
be
this.
tarnished.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it was also about Connor. She was like, I have to protect both of them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like she can't, like Connor can't know that her dad killed a person
Mm-hmm.
and himself
Yeah.
by being a drunk. Like
Yeah.
it's really sad, but like it has that shame around it, you know, because it's kind of like a you did it to yourself sort of vibe.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
That's why
sad.
I like catch
It's
up.
sad.
to
You have
him,
to
like,
think,
every
though,
time
about-
you mentioned.
You have to think about Monique reading this and hearing this, right? If you really go look back into it, she's like, wow, she picked that daughter versus this, like, because two fathers, two daughters, in the mix,
Yes.
right? And so,
Mm-hmm.
Like
I'd be
little
like,
did she know.
wow.
I wonder when the note was given versus because it had to have been before because she found it in his possessions.
Yeah, it was. So the car crash happened. It was in Harry's pocket.
I don't know if he was
Mhm.
trying to convince her dad to stay or to go with him. Like, you know what I
No.
mean? Because like clearly
So
he gave
Monique's
the note.
dad, yeah, Monique's dad made the letter and was like, I love you so much that I can't go with you, but I do
Yeah.
want you, because he's like, I love my family. Like my family comes first.
I
Did
did
he give the letter
that
to
is what
Harry?
made- yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my
That's how
god,
she found
that
it,
was
was on
just
Harry.
like him writing about his daughter and how much he loved her and like his what like I was crying the whole letter. I knew I
Good
was going to
parenting.
when they were about to like show it. Like I knew I was about to read it and I was like already starting to cry. I'm like, I know this is gonna be.
Waterworks. Oh wow. I guess
Yeah.
Kim, what did you think about that part? I haven't heard from you in a bit. Kim, that whole Harry.
I'm so sorry.
dying-
I'm trying to eat dinner and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so
I've
distracted.
stopped.
Oh, okay. Oh, I felt that. Sorry. I was like, I want to hear Kim's thoughts because I feel like she has some good thoughts inside.
Kim, did you cry?
I cried during like two parts. I think it was mostly like hearing the other side. Like I was sad about
Harry, but I think I cried even more when I found out that like how like the writer's father was kind of out in that way, like how the story changed. I think I reacted more to that side of the story, the crash.
Yeah.
Same.
I think it was
I think
creative, the way that she incorporated the two of them. Because like I said, I would have never guessed that. And you know, I'm like,
Oh yeah,
I was trying to figure it out.
I know,
was
Jamie, you're
Honestly, I
read right
wanted
through
more
that.
details.
clues and the freaking like Jamie, you're on it. Like
Yeah, girl, because I was like,
I
you better
wanted
not
more
give me this,
details.
you know. Yeah.
It was
so
like,
what
it's like
did
I
you
want to
say
know, like, okay, how they meet, like, how did they meet? How did they meet? How did they
Well,
get to that conclusion
On
if they had
set.
feelings for each other?
yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
on set. Remember her dad worked on sets. He was like, I
Yes,
don't
but
know
like
if
she
it was
didn't say it. So I'm
That's
just like,
true.
I wanted
she
more
probably
detail.
didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
everyone said,
you're
tune
right,
in
She had
next
just-
time. R.I.P.
Remember he had just gotten with him and he's like, okay, I really think I like this one. I think this one might be
Yeah.
real. This is like post what you
They
know.
hadn't-
She's like,
I get-
oh,
yeah.
good. And then like, right after.
Yeah,
Very
I mean,
Romeo and Juliet vibes, if you ask me.
I mean,
Yeah.
But he was still drinking, so I wonder like why he didn't stop his antics if he had found the one. So I don't know.
Well, when you're an alcoholic, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Just
Oh.
because
He was
She
the-
says
yeah.
that he was getting better though, right? Like she was like, when he was
Yeah.
around us, he wasn't drinking anymore, but I assume he was drinking on his own time. So it's like he was getting better, but
But he just got that letter.
I
I was gonna
assume
say,
after
about
so
the
many
letter.
years,
Oh, that's
it
right.
was
Yeah,
just a clutch.
fell off the wagon.
Yeah, he was just using it was a crutch, and so then he got sad, and he just
Killed them both.
I
Did
thought it was
anyone-
really funny though when she's like, "No, mom, I'm sure you're beautiful." She goes, "No, I wasn't," and I was like,
So did anyone that it would be like a husband affecting like another husband, I guess, or not like husband, like how do I word this? Because like we all tried to guess the ending. We always assumed like, okay, we're focusing on like the husband creating the wild ending, but did we ever guess that a husband would affect the life of Evelyn's friend's, lover? Like it just seems like this
Yeah.
crazy twist that I don't think any of us got that.
No, I really didn't know what the twist would be. I don't know.
Because to be honest with you, like the title is really, it's kind of like an oxymoron. Because to be honest with you, we didn't we only got snippets of some husbands, but like to be honest with you, it's really the story of Evelyn. So it's like it kind of distracted you from the ending because I feel like if
it does. You
Yeah.
go into it thinking it's going to be one thing and it's
Right.
something else because it's like the 7 husbands. It's like there were 7 husbands because there was a wife.
right.
That's what I was
A
gonna
wife.
say.
So there were
Because-
7 husbands. Like it was
Beginning.
for a reason.
Yeah, because at the beginning, it's like we all want to know who the 7 husbands are, and it's like,
it don't matter.
It's-
there.
yeah, it's kind of interesting because even the book is still distracting you from
Yes.
that it's Celia. So it's kind of like
I love that.
living it, but it's I don't know. It felt interesting to like live it and be like, dang, okay, well, which one is her actual true love? And then finally, it's like, do we still even know who her true love is? Because
At this point,
yeah.
it's a close.
Remember the last paragraph?
Because you don't like Celia.
No, well, because she even says it in the thing. I think she said that Connor was her loved Connor. It was. I'll find it.
Well, remember the last part. This is the part that got me, which is she said, and her answer is quintessential Evelyn. No, she told me, because they're just husbands. I'm Evelyn Hugo. And anyway, I think once people know the truth, they'll be much more interested in my wife.
Dude,
I was like,
in my life or my
Such
wife?
a good ending.
my wife.
You said wife.
Yeah, that was
right?
the last part.
I might have
Yeah.
passed out when that part.
That was the end of the memoir.
Wow.
So did you guys foresee the way that Evelyn passed?
I thought she was gonna
Kind of
To be honest with you,
control freak to the
Yeah.
end.
That was probably the
I saw it.
part that didn't actually surprise me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that was like
Oh,
that was
that's
literally the only part I got right. Everything else I was so wrong. I was like so far off
It's very interesting
on
because in the
everything else
beginning,
except for that.
we were talking about how she was going to kill herself, right? And I really, genuinely kind of inside, I really thought that that's kind of extreme. There's no way, just because you don't know the book yet. but that's really just what happened. Like, I was just like, wow. I don't know. I really didn't think it was gonna be that drastic. You know,
Also, she
Yeah,
didn't
and she
have
kept talking on
anybody.
such a timeline. She kept
Exactly.
talking and so like oh, we'll be done by next week, and like, oh, you're gonna need it soon, like telling her not to worry. And I was like, she's gonna kill herself.
Yeah, because she was like, Friday, that's fine. We'll be done by then.
She's
Right.
going, she's wrapping it up with Monique, and then she's like, okay, bye, out the door. And she's like,
And even when she was
Calling it
like, Grace
quits.
is having a week-long vacation, I'm like, oh, Grace.
and she was like,
yeah.
oh, I thought you were gonna be here with Evelyn.
Honey.
Mm-mm, she wants to be alone.
So I guess in this portion, just to make sure we are still on sketch, anyone have to say anything that really maybe like, you know, thought-provoking or anything that caught them or anything else you want to add to the book? Because we're going to do the ratings on how you thought this book was out of 10.
Well, I guess now that we have all 7 husbands, 1 wife, and some in between, who would y'all say, I guess, was the most, not necessarily problematic, but who would you say like Evelyn has grown the most from? Because she's taken something from every one of them, but out of all of them, who do you think she's grown the most from?
Harry.
Dawn.
And I know why Harry. Because like, I think initially, if you look at like how Harry was the one that kind of like take care of her, be her anchor. And then it kind of like the roles were reversed. I really like that because she now could kind of like reciprocate that when he was going through his tough time. So it's almost like she learned how to be that foundation for him, which also helped her become a better mother to Connor because she had to be like the anchor. So she grew.
Wait, Jeimy, you said Dawn?
I think Dawn. Because you asked who you think she grew the most from, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like, she was granted, she was super young when she got with Dawn, but it's like, when you see, because they had a level of progression throughout the story too, especially with them shooting the movie towards the end of the book, and she had the opportunity there for him where he apologized for everything that he did, and you know, old Evelyn might have been like, okay, I forgive you, go stick up, but she was like, no, like, and she stood by, and she was a completely different person at the end of the book than who she was when she was with Dawn at that point, and that you could just see the growth, even if it was like, yeah, I wouldn't have even given him the time of day. She wasn't worried about being in a scene with him or whatever because she knew who she was. She's like, I'm not going back to that. And I think
that's true.
Through him, and besides Celia, to me personally, I feel like that was the only other one she actually really loved.
Yeah.
That's
Like
true too,
everybody
because she
else,
said during their marriage, like the first time, she was always like, you know, she was like, I constantly needed Dawn's approval. She's like, even though he treated me like shit, hit me, like all I cared about was like seeing him at the end of the day. Like she talked about him in that way. So yeah, it's like, you're totally right. Like at the end of it, it showed how much of a different person she was. She was like, I don't even give a fuck, like having dinner with him. When like before, when she was younger, she would have been like doing anything to please him.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dawn.
Stockholm syndrome with the Dawn, but
Yeah. I mean, I was just gonna say, but yeah.
I just want to say I think my favorite part of the book is how like most of the characters are not black and white, like they're very complex, and it's not like in one moment. It's kind of like how Monique described Evelyn, I think, like at the very end, where she said like she wrestles with who Evelyn is. Some days I find myself convinced that I admire her more than anyone I've ever met, and other days I think of her as a liar and a cheat. And I feel like that was the way with like a lot of characters, because we got to like see their high moments, their really low moments. And so like, I like that it's not like black and white to where, I mean, some like Dawn, you know, or like Max and stuff, but like a lot of them, it's like, we're wrestling with like these different moments in their lives and are, you know, oh, do I hate them? Do I not? Like, are they good? Are they bad? Like, it's not really like a straightforward answer.
Right.
Yeah, I love
That's
that
very
about the
good
book.
approach. Yeah, yeah.
They really laid out like, okay, well, really, is there such thing as good or bad? No.
Right.
Can people change?
Oh, I have a question.
Constantly.
I have a question for this would be the last one. I guess this would be the last one. So I was reading one of the questions in the back. It says, if you could meet and interview one celebrity at the end of their life, who would it be? And what would you ask them?
Like in the book or like in real life?
Or in real
In
life?
real life.
It'd
So
be
like,
interesting to know like which person you guys would want to interview. Like which husband would you want to interview in the book?
yes, yes.
Or which person, I guess.
Rex, for sure.
I can flip him
Ask him how he's doing.
and then beat his ass.
Who?
I would want to interview John because I'd want to be like, okay, so you're a macho guy that played football, but you like, you know, you have a love for Harry. Like, I would like to see his story and like,
Yeah, because
how
there
do you?
was definitely could have been a really good like spin-off to that. Because I mean, he was in football. Like everyone looked at him as like an American symbol and stuff like that. Him being gay would have completely turned everyone's eye on like, ooh, like, you know, who he was as a person and his like I guess maybe like even sports, like his physical stature and stuff like that. So
Oddly enough,
Mhm.
I'd want to interview her maid.
Oh, that's a good one.
The tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Egg
'Cause I
all
think
of it.
that was a connection there. 'Cause even when
True.
really brought her back to her roots, because she was like, dang, like there's this
Yeah.
woman here who made me remember that I'm a Cuban woman. Like I speak Spanish, very little, but like, I don't know, I'd want to interview her and just see like, what was it like watching Evelyn evolve?
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Bev, what are your thoughts?
That's a book right there.
Right. No, I agree with Anre. I think her for sure because I feel like she, if anything, like as close as Monique has her story, is like she I'm sure knows all the tea. That's why she was like trying to talk shit. And when Evelyn caught her, she was like, oh shit. Cause and you know these housekeepers always be peeping the people that they work for. So like of all people, she would definitely know. So I would say her, but then second best, probably like yes, John, just so we can figure out like how the relationship was with Harry, because I wanted to know more about that. And even with the Grant guy, like we should have just known more about Harry and like what was going on over there on his side.
I think it's really refreshing that she ended up having like a helper like Louisa because of how shitty the first one was, and like she could have helped her and told them about how Dawn was like abusive, but in actuality like she was like, no, Evelyn's the worst and she doesn't clean up after herself type shit. So like having Louisa was just like, and who kept all her secrets, was just really refreshing.
It was probably like the second closest thing to a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like Blair Waldorf and like Rosa, is it what is her name?
Oh yeah.
Dorinda. Yeah.
Oh my
I think she was her family. I think she probably like felt like that was family. Louisa.
Actually, yeah, she said that in the book.
Yeah.
She's the closest thing that I had to family, like feeling like family.
Aside from Harry.
You know who I would pick that I haven't heard? I thought that Connor. That'd be a good one. I personally, which granted she's been like never ever in the book ever. I want to interview Evelyn's mom.
I was, yeah.
Oh.
I feel like that could tell us so much in so little. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
Like her mom, idolized her mom. She really looked up to her mom in a lot of regards, and her mom went through it. And I think it'd be cool to see if her mom was alive, kind of like to see like where her daughter was, or even if her daughter would be where Evelyn is. If Evelyn would be where she ended up getting to, had the stuff that happened to her mom, and or maybe her mom will be mad that she's not embracing her Cuban side or something. I don't know. I think it'd be interesting.
I feel like she would. Because like, yeah, she has so much adoration for her. But yeah. Did everyone say who they would have wanted to interview? Someone go?
Kim was gonna say something.
Kim.
Huh?
You were gonna say something?
Oh, I just said I would pick like Connor because I feel like she probably knew a lot more than they showed in the book.
Yeah.
So she kind of like what was it, Lexi from Euphoria? I still have to
Yes.
Right?
Yes. The last episode went crazy. I was like, what?
That was a crazy episode. So everyone, I guess for sake of time, like I said, let's start with Meryl. Rate the book out of 10. What do you rate it?
Definitely 10 out of 10.
You pick the next person.
Or James.
I'll give it a 9.5. Beverly.
I also give it a 9. And I will go for Charlie.
10 out of 10. It's like my new favorite book. I'm obsessed.
Period.
I saw you left a comment in the reviews and stuff. I was like, yes. Give him
Yeah, I love it. Cindy.
I'm gonna go with a 9.5. 9.5. Really good book. Really good book. Because now like I can't, I see the world, actually no, I see the world differently because of this book. It's gotta be 10 out of 10. Because now I'm looking at celebrities and it's just, I think of this book. So
Yeah.
I'll go with Anre.
Definitely a 10 out of 10. Like I relate so much to, well, I not relate, but I relate very much to Evelyn, and I don't know, it opened my eyes so much. So yeah, new favorite book as well.
Great advice too.
Kimberly, did you go?
No, I haven't.
All right.
That reminded me of something. I no longer relate to Cecilia. Just gotta put that out there. I know we talked about that.
She's like, I don't know who that girl is. Sorry to this man.
But I would give it a 9 out of 10. I did reflect a lot on my past relationships. It was definitely like eye-opening.
Yeah.
It was definitely something that like it kind of opened that door to kind of shed a light on, okay, I should probably give this attention and you know reflect on it, but I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, no, I had a lot of, she gave a lot of good advice in the book, which I really appreciated.
Yeah, especially when it comes to love and stuff like that.
I guess Salia and Abby, are y'all the last people?
Yeah, I'll go. I'd say 10 out of 10, just because like the whole like definition of love from the book, I got a new perspective on it, and it actually made me grow as a person. So,
Ooh.
Abby?
Last but not least.
Yeah. 9.5. That was really good. Made me think.
What's the 0.5?
I was gonna say that, like, I'm confused.
The 0.5 is I loved the book, but the 0.5 was like there was a lack of details where I thought there should be more details. That's all.
Interesting.
But I thought it was really good. I thought it was really good.
Okay.
And it made me think a lot, changed the way I see some things. It was great. It was a good book.
So I want to piggyback on that, because when I was explaining the book to my parents, or I don't even remember who, but we have to realize that we're not seeing all of their perspectives. We're seeing Evelyn's perspective of the book. So a lot of y'all were saying that we wanted to see more Harry and John, but she can't tell what was going on with Harry and John because she wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like literally like the biography of it. And I think I hated the book at the beginning. Hated it. Couldn't stand the writing. I was
Really?
like, yeah, I couldn't stand the writing. I was like, I'm gonna let y'all do y'all. I listened to some snippets, and but she did her thing. Jeimy or Taylor Jenkins Reid.
Your story had me dead. He just missed it. You just cry out.
So let's get the bill.
No, yeah, that's an average of 9.6.
I knew someone was gonna do the math.
I got you. 9.6. That's what we all rated it.
Amazing.
That's a type A. That's a type A person right there.
Literally.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, you know what this all reminds me of? Hold on. You know what this all reminds me of is I'm not saying we should read this for the next book, because I think this is more of like an informational book and not a story, but I was recommended this book, and The Seven Husbands of Evelyn, it reminds me of this. I'm about to order it, but it's called The Ethical Slut. And I think a lot of people in this group would like really enjoy it. So maybe just like on your own time if you want to like learn about that kind of stuff. But it's like, I guess it's about like, there's a lot about like polyamory, but I also heard there's like platonic stuff in there. Like it basically just talks about all the different like relationship integrations and like the psychology behind it and like how you can make it work in different ways and like all this different stuff. But like I've like multiple people recommend it to me and it just kind of reminded me of this.
A client actually recommended that book to me because they were
Really?
Yeah, they were getting a divorce and they were like, someone recommended this book to me, yada yada.
Yikes.
Yeah, I get recommended a lot of books for whatever reason. Cuckoo Land or something like that. That's another one I've been recommended. But that one I was gonna look into. It's like Cloud Cuckoo Land was the other one.
I'll write that down because I'm looking for a new book. I just got done reading one, My Year of Rest and Relaxation. It's a fucking crazy
I'm
book.
about to start that one actually tonight. But
Yes.
since we're on the topic of new
Yeah.
book, let's I think we're supposed to talk about like the genre of what we were gonna start suggesting for the new book.
I mean, let's like maybe take the next 5 minutes to digest if everyone has an idea where y'all want to go to the next route. It's like an open slate. Like there's no ideas. Someone can just say, hey, I'm thinking this, and we can all start there.
Well, it's interesting because I really wanted an LGBT book. So when y'all recommended this, I was like, damn, I want to like LGBT sauce. And this gave
And I don't know if you could have gotten more.
This was definitely like LGBT romantic, not LGBT like.
Yes.
Really? Because the way she described her touching on her breasts, like I definitely,
Yeah.
Breastises.
I got
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
dead.
True. I mean, I read saucier books, but yeah, definitely she.
I think it would be really cool. I mean, I don't know if y'all want to do another murder mystery.
it. Well, wait.
I do.
Before we get into the next drama or next genre, are we gonna relate the book back to the first book? Because like compared to the first book and this book, which one was y'all's favorite?
As a group,
Oh,
like,
this
what did you
one.
guys?
This one.
This one.
Yeah,
Actually,
100%.
I will always have a
no
soft spot for
mommy hitters.
I have a soft spot for the couples next door.
because it was our first book, but obviously the quality of a book and its storyline. This book obviously is the
Yes.
winner, but Couple Next Door was fun. It was quick. I don't know.
It was good. It was good, but this was better.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think we've been pretty lucky so far. We picked 2 pretty good books.
Yeah.
Really?
Glad
One of these days we're gonna get one like that. That book sucked.
Wait, were both the books your selections? Jason?
Did I think this one was Charlie's.
I thought it was Abby.
I think
Or
it's Abby.
Was it
So the
Abby?
couple, yeah, she recommended.
Couple
this
Next
one.
Door was me, but I know that this one was not me.
So, should this next one be just like, do we want to pick a theme or do we want to kind of say, hey, this is a really good book?
We should do what we
Send
did
it.
last time.
Pick a
That's the
theme.
thing. Do we pick a theme and then send the books? Because Robin should just, we're not going to talk about it now, but we're just going to send the books. But do you guys want to have a theme in mind so you know what books to look for? Or do you just
Yes.
want to look for a good book?
Yes.
I feel like it would be fun with this group to do a memoir, like a juicy memoir, like a real life story from someone.
Interesting. That'd be kind of interesting.
I love memoirs. So yeah. Just
I was
I don't
thinking,
know
like-
which one.
I was thinking about doing something like a cult classic, like one that maybe got turned into like a really big movie or something. Maybe like some, I don't know, maybe like
I'm not
Clockwork
trying to
So
Orange.
read
maybe
that
everyone should
Twilight
throw
trilogy.
in different book ideas in the chat and we all read summaries of everyone's book, like, you know what I mean? And we all heart, and then at the end of a certain time, we can just decide like that type.
So are we
deal.
not choosing the genre?
I say because I genuinely love both ideas that just came out at us. Let's all kind of go into like, just put a book that you feel like and tell us like, hey, the theme is this, so that people have an idea and then we can all just decide. So no theme, pick what you guys think would be the best for the group, just like Charlie said. And
That works for
and
me.
Jeimy.
Well, are we trying to go? Is there going to be like a length of the books? Because Couple Next Door was kind of short. This book was like lengthy. So is there going to be?
No more than what, 500 pages?
I mean, I don't think we should put a limit on it because we're just kind of doing our thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like we're
Yeah.
just kind of meeting every couple
I mean,
weeks
like,
and we're done when we're done.
I'm
On
dead.
this fucking Reading Jay. That's like
Literally, y'all.
Oh my god. Okay.
My neighbors are probably. I was at 1.5 speed on this.
Okay,
was
since
zooming.
everyone is here. Should we, since we're gonna go on a new book, should we create a new GM? Because there are
some people that
is everyone here going on the next one, or is that
Yes, I agree. We should do some cleanup.
Make like
Bev just has a way with
clean up.
words. Bev just has a way with words.
But is everyone here at least committed to showing up at least 2 out of the 3 times we'll meet for this next book? Can we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Obviously, if things happen,
Yeah.
life happens. Like, it's obviously a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't control life. But
Yes.
Okay, cool. Then I guess we'll create a GM. Whoever saw you know what to do. But anyways, what was I gonna say? When do we meet the next time? I guess when do you guys want to do that?
Well, we have the trip coming up this week. I would say
Make it
maybe
the-
like in 2 weeks after, like, so basically 2 weeks after this week.
Not March 1st, but like the 8th.
Yeah, I think that gives everyone enough time to also find another book.
Okay.
Yeah.
As well as, whatever.
Would we get our books by then? Like, are you?
I was say,
thinking
do we have a deadline as to when we have to put in our suggestions?
Ooh,
Maybe
Do you want
let's
to do
just
like
do
by
the
this
end of
Friday
this
or
week.
something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
by
And
Sunday?
then
Are we saying by the 8th we're gonna have the book, or by the 8th we're going to? Because
I'm thinking we should meet on the 15th of March and we should have our book decision by the 4th. So it gives the whole 7th like a week to get the book.
plus, I think I don't know how y'all finances work, but I get paid on the 4th. It'd be nice to be able to buy the book when I get paid again,
So you guys saying meet on the 15th? That's like a month out. So does that work for everyone?
A lot of us have other books we're reading anyway.
Okay.
and if we do the 15th, we could have like maybe the first 3 or
Couple
5 chapters done,
chapters.
depending on how long they are.
Okay.
Works for
We
me.
could do so the book that we pick by this weekend, once we get the book on the 15th, everyone try to get at least a chapter 5.
No. Can we do like next week? Because for the people that's not gonna we're gonna be out.
Oh, you're talking about okay, so find your book by the 5th of March. Sorry. Is that a good enough time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say next week because let's be honest, we leave in 2 days.
True. But we true. So okay, 5th of March, we'll have the book locked and loaded for that. And so
and
on
then
the
we'll
15th.
meet on the 15th
Okay.
with 5 chapters in.
Okay. I'm actually very
Gotcha.
excited for these new book recommendations.
Yeah.
Oh, we almost forgot. Are we doing
Mhm.
another shot because we finished a book?
Oh my god, yes.
Do you remember? We took a shot when we finished Couple Next Door. We should take a shot of something.
Oh wow.
Let's get it.
That was Bev's idea. I'm just helping out Bev.
That it
Do I
really
have
was
to down
your
a
idea.
beer for like a glass of wine? I don't have hard
You
liquor.
can
with
down
me.
a beer.
That's fine.
Wine is fine. Yeah.
Let me
I think all I have is vodka, y'all. I'm so full.
Jamie, you thought of it.
Some of us just moving. We've spoken. We've made our decision.
I know exactly where your liquor was last time I came over.
I've chosen my journey for tonight.
Kimberly.
Full
Kimberly.
You're
glass-
already drinking wine.
Damn,
Abby.
Kimberly.
Kim, get with the
one glass. This is
program.
my second one.
I'm
Kim,
honestly
tell me you're
always
Wait a
Honduran
minute.
without telling me you're Honduran.
Can you show us the glass?
Wait, what?
Honey.
Wait,
It's not
Elizabeth,
this. I
what
got
was
a
that?
shot glass.
Wait, Elizabeth, I didn't see it.
It's Flor de Caña.
Oh my
Are
god,
y'all the ones that got me the bottle of
This
Zen?
glass is all the way up
The
here.
red Zen.
Elizabeth.
Yeah. Did you like
What?
that?
It's so good.
Yay!
It's so good.
What is?
I'm buying
Like your
it
bottle
like
of
after I empty this.
Hell
What's it
yeah.
called?
Yeah. Topo Chico?
I'll find it. It's like a Zinfandel.
Oh my God, I love that. You're so, Jeimy, I love this.
She's like, I'm ready.
I'm ready. So, who's gonna cheers? I feel like Charlie, you have really good words that you say, so I feel like you should do a little toast.
Oh my God, the pressure.
Yes, guys, get
Okay.
this.
Okay.
Wait, I'm already
Wait.
drinking. So sorry.
Okay. I don't even have, I'm gonna like, I have water. How about to Evelyn, her guts, and her tits?
Yeah.
Yes!
That was so good.
Love it.
All right, I love you guys.
All right, guys. I'll see you guys on the 15th.
That just woke me up.
Bye.
Great.
To bed. What the fuck is you talking about?
Love you.